Alright, everybody. It is Saturday. Well, technically Sunday morning, but you know how things go. I work pretty late on weekends. Well, to be fair, I work pretty late in general, but same difference. So, it's Saturday, and you already recognize the voice. You know what time it is. You clicked on the link to this video after all, so I should hope you already know what's going on. So, as usual, work is continuing to test me. Although in this particular case, this is for the better. I've had a lot of time over the past couple of months really evaluating whether or not I'm in the right place. Now, you all know that I don't really like discussing that there's two pretty much taboo subjects when it comes to me, and those are pretty much religion and politics. I don't like talking about either just because it invariably leads to people getting irate for no reason. Or there are people that are hardcore enough in their beliefs with either that if they see that you don't share those beliefs, they no longer wish to be friends with you. Now, I know, or at least I'd like to believe, that with everyone listening to this right now, that none of you are like that. So I am hesitantly revoking that taboo for the moment. Now, as to which one, you might be wondering. This one is going to be specifically for religion. And pretty much just for the length of this video, or any comments that you guys leave, that's cool. I'm going to state right now, again, while I have no fear of you guys breaking it, I do obviously expect and anticipate that you're going to be respectful. That's who you all are as individuals. You are unique individuals, each one of you, but you are always respectful to one another. There have been a couple of times where I've seen you guys interacting outside of the Discord through the comments. I think one or two of the videos, specifically Jen, you and Lillian, kind of commented back and forth once or twice. So again, I know each one of you to some degree, and I know that each one of you are respectful individuals, so I have no problem. But anybody who happens to stumble upon this video, however, know that disrespect or any type of antagonizing comments, I will immediately delete those upon seeing them. Or I may even as a matter of fact, several of you that are listening right now, several of you are mods. If you do see anything disrespectful, or you think that it just shouldn't be there because it's needlessly antagonistic, feel free to delete it. Or if you can't delete it because it won't let you, let me know. That being said, I, again, have had quite a while now to really evaluate where I am and what it is I want to be doing with my life. Because I'm going to be 100% honest. I am 36 years old. I'm turning 37 in just about 2 months. And I am too old for this bullshit. I'm too old to be sitting here taking orders from somebody who's literally close to 5 years younger than me. Yeah, it's cool. My supervisor, they've been with the company for a while now. And honestly, I have my issues with her. I personally think some of the crap that I've been going through is spiteful. But at the same time, I do have an understanding from the other side of the fence as well. I do actually have supervisor's experience from previous jobs when I used to work for Cox Communications. For you guys up there in Canada, that's basically one of our big internet service providers down here. Internet, cable, and television. Or pretty much anybody else from anywhere in the world that isn't familiar with Cox Communications. So I kind of do like to give her some slack on the whole thing. Doesn't change the fact that I think some of the shit she's done is spiteful. Either way. Now, the whole reason I brought up religion is, like I said, I spent a long time debating on whether or not I'm in the right place. But clearly, God put me where I am for a reason. I don't know, obviously, what his plan with that is. Whether it be to teach me anger management or self-control or any of the other reasons that I'm very likely in the situation that I'm in. But as far as I'm aware, I'm where I need to be. I may not be happy about it, but then there is the old saying, a good compromise leaves everyone pissed off. And those of you who are avid listeners know I've definitely been struggling with all of this for a while. I'm sure you've probably come to know quite a bit about me over the last closing in on 7 months now that I've been doing these videos. God, 7 months that I've been doing this. I just realized that. And with the way I was initially planning on everything, I shouldn't even be over 30 videos with this particular series. This, technically speaking, should have been episode 25. But if memory serves, this is actually episode 32. So you guys have definitely gotten a couple of bonus videos with this. Either way, getting sidetracked. So you guys have definitely come to learn some things about me over the past 7 months that we've been having these little chats. And I'm well beyond the point of needing 3 attempts to actually record these anymore, which is awesome. You guys, just by knowing that you're listening, allows me to really help. Because I can talk tonight. That's been happening all day, actually. Just knowing that you guys are listening has really been helping with making sure that I'm not necessarily that I'm making sure of anything, but you're making it easier for me knowing that you guys are listening to really get out what I'm trying to say more confidently. Still not where I want to be with that, but this series is going to definitely continue at least until that point, guaranteed. Whether that's 100 episodes or 1,000 episodes. That was a scary thought, actually. Unless I start to go to daily videos, it's going to be probably 10-15 years before I get to 1,000 episodes of Coffee with Contin. Either way. Stupid bugs. I'm sitting outside right now. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning almost, and this big old freaking beetle just crawled across the pavement right in front of me. If you guys can't tell by the frogs singing in the background, that's a big thing here in the South. They tend to come out in the summer and don't leave. But yeah, you're definitely helping me with getting more confident. Like I said, still not where I want to be with that, but I'm getting there slowly but surely. And as for my part and any say I have in where I'm at right now, I'm definitely of the mindset that I need to stay in the department that I'm in, at least for the time being. I am definitely trying to get promoted, though. So there's less calls that I have to take, more responsibility, more pay, but less calls. That's the real big thing, is because while I, in general, am not really burned out doing my job, the calls themselves tend to burn me out towards the end of the shift. Mostly because people are just incapable of getting out of their own way. I'll have people call in about problems that they're facing, and they'll sit there, and I get it too. Most of them, it's due to fear or anxiety because of their equipment malfunctioning. But at the same time, there's got to be a point where you realize I'm probably going to get better help if I let this individual talk. It really does not serve any purpose for anybody's betterment for them to call in asking for help from us and then just continue to talk over us anytime we try and offer assistance. Especially the people who think that they know more about the equipment than we do. Now, I will very likely never, on these videos, I will very likely never reveal the actual name of the company that I work for. Suffice to say that we deal with oxygen equipment. And I'm confident that's vague enough that one of you already knows, because one of you is my actual coworker. But none of you are really going to be able to figure that out. I work from home, so that's not going to give any telling information. And there are multiple oxygen companies that run across America. United States of America, I should say, because that's where I live. Regardless, it's not going to do anybody any good calling in, asking us for help, and then continuing to talk over us, especially when they think that they know more about it than we do. There was about a 2-year break, but I have about 4.5 years of experience with the company that I'm at. So it's fair to say that I'm going to know quite a bit about the way the equipment works. I may not know everything. I'm not a respiratory therapist or anything like that. Not by any means. But as far as our company goes, I had indirect training and help from one of the best equipment troubleshooting representatives I have ever met. So I know a thing or two. And 9 times out of 10, I can really get help for someone who needs it, especially if their equipment is just acting up and not actually malfunctioning to the degree that it needs to be replaced. So, I am going to stick with it here. I'm going to try my best to turn lemons into lemonade. Wish I had some whiskey or something to put in that lemonade, but, that's going to be what comes out of becoming a supervisor, or at this point, I'd even be willing to accept senior agent at the moment, because it's been made very clear that we need one. We need more management. We need more people in general. But most of the rest of my department, none of the people really want that responsibility. So, Contin being who Contin is, it's effectively up to me to step up, because pretty much the only other person in our department who has expressed interest, I definitely have seniority over, and I have more time with the company. I have more qualification for the position, and legitimately, it would be the first promotion that I've had in the 25 years that I've been in the workforce. So I think it's definitely overdue, because I definitely put in the hours. I've definitely put in the work to learn, to do everything necessary to actually get the promotion. But I'm not going to sit here and continue to ramble on about work, especially with the fact that I've only got 5 minutes left of space for the recording on this video. So that being said, we're going to be switching topics. Now, I've mentioned it to a couple of you, The Draco family podcast thing that is still in the works. I'm legitimately not sure how I'm going to make that happen. Lillian, I'm probably going to be talking to you directly about this because of an idea that I have, since I know you do stream. But the Draco family podcast videos are very likely going to be live broadcast on YouTube, because I know it'll just automatically upload once we end it. Are going to be known as immoral comments, which is a pun. As I've said before, the Draco family started as a role-playing group, and we all got very close outside of the role-playing, became good friends. And it's a pun off of a yearly tradition we had called the Immortal Kombat Tournament. Yes, for anybody who's hearing the name and is immediately thinking Mortal Kombat, I'm actually wearing a Mortal Kombat shirt at the moment. And B, the name is a direct joke off of that. Because even though you've got characters like Shinnok and Raiden, who, as far as Mortal Kombat lore, are actual gods to the franchise, most of the characters who took part in the Immortal Kombat Tournament were, in some aspects, immortal. Hence the name. And it is been kind of a contended point for some members of the family. I'm not going to call you out by name. I know you are, if you're listening to this, you know I'm talking to you. With the history of Draco, we're getting ready to move on to Angelus. That is definitely going to explain some of the whole is or isn't god blood thing that has been up in the air about the Draco family for quite a while now. So definitely, if you are listening, go ahead and make sure and listen to that. It's going to be the largest run of the Draco family characters. But getting back to the point, Immoral Comments is going to be the name of the podcast, just like Papa Agron has the shit show. That is something I definitely want to do on a semi-regular basis. Most likely would be looking at Thursday evenings, because that is going to be the one day of the week that I'm actually free. I don't know what everybody else's schedule is, but that's going to be kind of part of, planning things out, seeing kind of how things work for everybody. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I've got for you guys tonight. I'm going to be probably going right back to Legend of Zelda after I finish this video. I'm not really going to go into anything spoilery this week, except to say that there are more shrines in Tears of the Kingdom than there were in Breath of the Wild. I don't know if there's more sets of armor than there were, but there are 35 complete sets. So anybody looking to 100% the armors, you are going to have to find all 152 of the shrines. So do keep that in mind. I may go into more of it next week, but we're down to under a minute left on the recording, so I will go ahead. I'm going to wrap up now. I love you guys. I appreciate everything that you do. You keep me sane, and you keep me going with wanting to do these videos, because even though there's only a couple of you that are like diehard that listen to all of them, I still appreciate everybody that listens to any of these. So I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to end it. I'm going to wrap it up here. And whether it's morning, noon, night, whatever the time of the day it is for you that you're listening to this, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I love each and every one of you, and hopefully you have a great night.